It was time. Flips out. Manifestation. Co-creation. Gratitude. Divine alignment. And joyful visions. So this is what's going on in the Divine Masculine. He wants to manifest everything what he has in his heart space. So I also here, I want to explore what life has to offer me, including the Divine Feminine. But is the Divine Feminine ready? Co-creation. Yes, I see that co-creation with the Divine Masculine. When they join their forces, it is amazing. You know, the things that can manifest together is out of this world. I also hear the things are flowing. You know, the things are flowing together. They're not together, but they're in that space that their energies are touching each other to raise to that highest vibration. The Divine Masculine is more grounded than the Divine Feminine, but he loves the views she has. She loves the vision. He loves the vision she has. He loves what she is manifesting, and that's what he also wants to manifest for himself. He manifests already so much. With the Divine Feminine next to him, in co-creation, he knows that everything is off the roof. So he wants to manifest with Divine Feminine. He wants to make the journey with the Divine Feminine. And he is so grateful that that he met her. You know, people come in our lives for a reason. And I think what I already heard in the Divine Feminine's reading was that the Divine Feminine is here to shift the Divine Masculine. And in vibration, I don't mean she wants to change him, but because of her energy, you know, Divine Masculine goes to a higher vibration. And vice versa, you know, it can be that the Divine Feminine needs more grounding, and Divine Masculine get her back to the earth, get her back to the ground, to nature, instead of, you know, being in the realm all the time. There's a divine alignment. They came on each other's path. At that moment, they were in that same alignment. That's so beautiful when your soul family or your star family is coming in. Sometimes you're in the same space for, you know, for a long time, and you never saw each other. And then out of nothing, you shift in a higher frequency, or your energy gets shifted, and then you see each other. You know, you recognize each other's energy. There's a joyful vibration with the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine when they come together, because they shifted their frequency. And that's what you know, we all know when we going and following the path of the circle of life, that everything is frequency is energy. And when energy shift and change, you shift and change. So make sure that you're always in a high vibration to manifest. And I see Divine Masculine manifest perfect everything that he wants. It's like the Divine Feminine is coming his way. You know, he is in that space that, you know, everything is coming towards him without any effort. He don't have to do very much effort for it. So it's and I also see Divine Feminine is also starting new projects on a different vibration, um, that can help the masculine manifest. So it's really amazing that he says, okay, I'm ready for it. I want this co-creation with the Divine Feminine. Is the Divine Feminine ready for that? Is the Divine Feminine, her ego needs to um, be in a state of service of the soul. So the souls needs to connect with each other to be able to manifest in its frequency. For the Divine Masculine in your heart space, forgiveness. See the bigger picture. Everything that comes to you has to do with trusting and healing. So maybe you have to forgive yourself, maybe you have to forgive somebody else, maybe you have to adjust your assuming. You assume things that are things made for you. And that keeps you on that lower vibration. Don't start to assume anything. Leave it open. Like I said in the Divine Feminine energy, let it be. Let it open. Don't give it any meaning. So if you need to forgive yourself, because forgiveness is for yourself, it's not for somebody else. It sets you free. Maybe you have to forgive yourself, you know, about neglect or about hurting someone or about, you know, forgiving yourself. It all has to do with you. So in that, see the bigger picture. Don't just see what is in front of you, and don't go in that old paradigm of I need to blame, or somebody needs to is guilty, or no. It all has to do with healing. It all has to do with trust. Trust your process. Trust your healing. You know, said it before. You know, the things. if the things didn't happen the way it happened, you know, you never would be where you are now. You know, we all made that choice. We could make different choices at that time, but we didn't, and you didn't. So don't blame yourself for making the wrong choices or making the right choices, you know, and don't start to finger point, and you know, it's that's not necessary. Be in that beautiful energy that you trust, that you needed to heal from an emotion that was triggered within you to elevate yourself. So it's, and you can forgive yourself for that, and move on. Forgive and move on. You know, maybe the Divine Masculine needs to forgive the Divine Feminine. Interesting. Yeah, I hear it has to do with forgiveness. Forgive yourself, forgive the other. Acknowledgement is such a huge tool to heal. You know, acknowledge your own flaws, you know, and your own winnings, you know. If you acknowledge that instead of your flaws, acknowledge your winnings, what you gain by this whole process, what you chose in this whole process. So isn't that amazing? Because the whole road opened up to you in ways that you never thought it would open for you. So and that's what you manifest. That's what you do, and don't be in that energy of an of this lack mentality. Go into the abundance, go into the manifestation, in co-creation with your divine feminine. Trust that the divine feminine is here to heal you, not to hurt you, not to degrade you or anything like that. She wants you to elevate. She wants to support you. She wants to have your back, you know. And that has to do with forgiveness. You know, I maybe the divine feminine is already a step further in the process than the divine masculine. I don't want to assume anything, but I have a feeling that's why the divine masculine um, needs to move on. You know, the the beautiful things are are never being seen in the process itself. You always see the inside and what happens for you, you know, in the future. That is what you see when it's there. It's never at that moment itself. So when you transform that for yourself and the beauty that is coming your way, I think the divine masculine is going on an amazing journey. You know, he's having an amazing journey in front of him, of manifestation, of creation, of what he can do with his abilities. I don't see he's stuck. I don't see he is trapped or anything like that. No, if that is his mindset, he needs to open the gates, you know, and say, okay, I'm moving forward. Forgive yourself for the things. And you know, there's a big awakening going on, a huge awakening going on. So know who you are. And most divine masculines know who they are. Know their inner child, know the responses, know I feel a very huge power within the divine masculine that is light codes from all sides. You know, DNA activations, what he gets, upgrades. I see he is no longer the person that he was, like the divine feminine. They're not the same anymore. It also means that it can be that the divine masculine outgrew the divine feminine, you know. And what are you doing? Are you staying in that situation, or are you elevating yourself and move on? And that could be, okay, yeah, I need to move on, but I don't want to get hurt or don't want to hurt anybody else. But that's and that's also being afraid of being the villain, you know, in somebody's story. That means if it's for your own elevation, if you say, okay, this is not working anymore, you know, you have to take choices for yourself, forgive the other person, and move on. And that's the real forgiveness, is being seen in the actions, you know, not in the words. So you need to look at yourself. What are your actions, you know, of forgiving myself? What are, is my program still that I doing the same thing to the next feminine in my life, you know, and just saying, oh, it's how I am. No, that's that program. We passed that program for a long time. So it's, and I see the divine masculine is really awakening, is really uh, getting up in that energy, is very self-secure, self-sufficient, and I see he can manifest everything he wants in his life. You know, and it's because of the energy that he is put into it, not about withholding himself. He yeah, his actions are louder than his words. That's what I hear. So that's really beautiful that he went out of the blah blah state and moved his energy to a higher frequency, and seeing what was holding him back. And that's really true. I see so much beauty in the divine masculine. And that's why the divine feminine is having his back always, you know, no matter what. Because she knows his soul, she knows what's going on in his soul, in his light codes. She can read his light codes. And if she says, okay, you know, these light codes needs to be healed, or these codes needs to be healed, she can help him elevate to change those codes. And I see he also went from his roots more to his heart, you know, more to the heart space instead of the root energy. Because the root, and if the rest of your chakras are not in alignment, everything is going on in your mind space. And I see that he balanced it out. You know, I see he balanced that energy out. The divine feminine is supporting the divine masculine on his journey. You know, I also see for the divine masculine, you know, on the sideline, that he guided so many people, you know, and he did so his effort and put his energy in there, and other people started to talk about him, you know, in a negative way. So divine feminine is stepping in to say no more. You know, I'm having your back. You know, what you're doing, you're not manipulating people. You manipulate energies. That's something different. You're an alchemizer. You know, you're alchemist. So you changed energies. So it's really important that the people you work with, you know, and is not talking about you in an inappropriate manner, you know. Let it be. Let it go. You know, it's their frequency. It's not your frequency. You are coming from that heart space, and what somebody else, you know, tells about you. You know, if you're on that higher frequency and when you're in your heart space, you don't give a fuck. You know, it's not for you. Then it's not for you. It's then I hear somebody say, "Oh yeah, it just kicked their butt." You know, divine feminine is kicking their butts energetically. you know. It's because you see it's a different day. Yeah, no, it's too much for the divine masculine. I see. Let it go, let it be. But he's still thinking about it. Why, you know? And I'm so grateful that the divine masculine is there and is able to share it with the divine feminine, so she can, you know, have his back. Wow, how beautiful. You know, in your subconscious mind, you know that you have a cosmic heart source. You know, in what kind of way you're operating. You know, your source of all, it's your true home. What you're doing is your true home, is where you're connected with. It doesn't need to be judged, you know. Just be in that heart connection that you are. And nobody else, everybody else can have their own opinion, and everybody else can say blah, 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 blah. You know, when you're operating from that heart source, you know, doesn't care anymore. It doesn't work anymore that way. Let it be, because then it served its purpose. It served its purpose. And most of the time when that is happening, it's coming from that person's pain. It's never you. It's coming out of a pain or out of an emotion or whatever, you know, what it is. There's always something going on. And you don't need that projection. That's it, you know. And you know yourself, divine masculine, you know. Meditate. You know, the field is lifting for that. And the roads are opening for you. Because when you let go of people not in that alignment with you anymore, you know, your roads are opening. New things are coming your way. And sometimes people don't want to see that, you know, because they don't resonate, or they think, or they're scared, you know. This fear is coming up, you know. So there's always something going on. And I see with the divine masculine, you know who you are, you know yourself, you know where you're heading, what you can manifest, what you can change, what you alchemize. You forgive yourself, you know, you're on this amazing awakening journey where things are getting manifested so easily for you, because you deserve it, because you put your energy in, because you're helping and supporting people, you know. And that comes from your cosmic heart source. So yeah, open up, open yourself up for uh, new roads for you that will happen. And uh, that feel is lifting everything what is not from heart anymore, you know, that is leaving your life. Everything what is not from heart is leaving your life. So yeah, and it's not that it's, yeah, it's for the better, because you're elevating. That's what I hear. It's for the better. It's elevating. You know your heart, you know who you are, you know how you react, and you know, start to shift by dancing. Get that humor in, get that laughter in, and you transform the whole situation. Okay, the gods and titans. What do you have to say for the divine masculine? Being that god or that titan that you are. Garuda. Travel. Wow, divine masculine. Garuda is the titan. Oh, it's the dragon rider. Wow. Wow, 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 divine masculine. It's time to travel. Travel with your dragon. Maybe you want to travel with your divine feminine. But she needs to be ready for this ride, you know. Look at how fierce this dragon is, you know. That energy that you or you've been already on a journey, on a travel. Is really saying that direction, that focus, and I want to take as much as I can on my journey to manifest what I need to manifest. And this dragon is fierce. It's fierce, and you know, take that dragon and make that dragon right. It's the fire dragon. It's really getting you activated. The fire dragon, it's the red dragon. It's really getting you into your energy. And flying to the sun, I hear. Flying to the sun, flying. Oh, it's very interesting. He wants to have confirmation from his divine feminine that she is journeying with him. That she can journey with him. Because they both need to do the things that they need to do. And together they are activating so incredible much. So much. So it's really, really amazing. Achilles. Confidence. Divine masculine. Achilles is here, the titan. No. Or is it a god? Is Achilles a god? No, it's a warrior, I hear. Have the confidence to overcome everything. Have the confidence that every obstacle will be I hear deleted out of your life. There are no obstacles anymore. If there are obstacles, they're created by your mindset. Don't get these obstacles in your way, because it will oh my gosh, you will conquer those obstacles. You are so confident, you are so strong, you have such a strong belief that everything what is in your way, you can overcome it. You have that strength, you have that confidence, you have that power to move through all obstacles. Sometimes you have to choose for yourself, you know. Sometimes you have to say, okay, you know, what is my obstacle, you know. Then there is a barrier that you create from your mind space. That's not true, because what your mind thinks is not always the truth. What your heart feels, what your body is giving to you, that is what is real, you know. Sometimes you think, oh my gosh, um, I don't go that way because I don't believe in that. And then because you have a doubt, and then that doubt becomes bigger and bigger, and then you sabotage yourself. We all do that as people, but we have to learn to get out of that space and be open and honest about it, vulnerable about it, I hear. And I have Apollo. Apollo, god of the sun. Step in that energy and do an inquiry. If you're not sure about the things that you're going to undertake, just ask. Do an inquiry, feel into it and say, okay, maybe you did already inquiry and there was no response. That doesn't mean that you need to be insecure about it, or that you write it off. You know, it's something that will guide you. And Apollo is also a very strong god that is creating everything with light. You know, he's transforming everything. What is not sustainable in his life into light. So work with Apollo, the god of the sun. We know the story of Apollo and his serpents. So yeah, if you have to fight the serpent, fight the serpent. But you can also say, I don't give it any attention, let it be, and it disappears. You know? It's where do you want to put your energy in? Zeus, leadership. Take that leadership, take that lead of your life. Let yourself be guided. Let yourself be activated by that fierce energy. I don't feel Zeus as he is, for me, he is between Garuda and Achilles. He is between that energy. He's also that incredible charmer. Yeah. He is that incredible charmer. And he sees things from a higher level. He has charisma, he's charming, he has an energy about him that he takes what he wants, and not in a hurry. He just I see planting the seeds. So yeah, amazing. He is he's accompanied by this eagle energy that is giving him the views from a higher spectrum. He can fly as high as Apollo does. So these two combinations and connecting with the energy of the emotions and the water, then you have the water and the sun that transforms, the light transforms the emotions. So you can fly higher and go into that beautiful frequency, that high frequency. And travel will do that also for you, Every travel you do is transforming you. And I also see here the temples, connect with the temples. It's it's very beautiful, divine masculine. I really feel that warrior energy also in the divine masculine. You know, I feel the gentleness of the feminine energy and knowing who you are, and that awakening system and the forgiveness that you have to do with yourself. That's more the feminine energy, and I feel the masculine energies are really in that warrior energy, the protective energy, very protective of his divine feminine, very protective of the divine feminine. So it was so funny because there was I have to think about this. There was this guy on the boat, and he was with his family, and there was this Egyptian man, you know, coming towards her, and he says to him, you know, I can protect her. And he said, yeah, I kill people to protect, so she's always safe with me. And I thought, wow, yeah, you know, it was done right away. He said, yeah. And it was just a joke, but it was he gave his boundary straightforward. Said, yeah, I kill people to protect, so she's always safe with me. And that's what I feel here in this energy, you know. If the divine masculine really, really loves the divine feminine, he will do everything for her to protect his family, to protect her. And I also feel the protection of the divine masculine very strong when I'm on traveling and when I'm meeting men. I always feel this protective energy around me. So yeah. And then I have Eros, love. And that's what he does for love. You know? That's what he does for love. He goes all directions, all ways to find that love that he has for the divine feminine. That's why I say he always tried to protect her, because out of that love for her. And it's not always that it's not the love that comes from the mind, but it's the unconditional love that comes from the heart space. So yeah, so divine masculine, yeah, go for it. Amazing, manifest. You know, you're coming from that cosmic heart source, awakening, know yourself, going on a journey, you know, or an inner journey with your dragon. Doesn't matter where you want to go. Achilles. And then I hear, what's your weakness? Don't tell your weakness. Don't, you know, because if you tell your weakness, they will use it against you. Wow. So, yeah, then take the journey with Apollo and transform that emotion with Zeus. Let Zeus take over together with Eros, and you will fly high. Okay, all the love, all the blessings for the divine masculine, and I see you next time. And the gold sprint will come out this week, and then we see each other Friday again. Okay, all the love, all the blessings. And if you want your private reading, my slots are opening in March, so you can already pre-book if you want your own private reading. Okay, all the love, all the blessings.